What is up, Aggies fans? It's Tim. It's another Aggies Daily Blitz. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Coming at you on a Thursday in preparation for Aggies and Tigers to close out the regular season. Nothing really for the Aggies to play for other than interim coach Elijah Robinson to keep his record clean. Of course, no conference implications here. LSU does not have an opportunity to defend their SEC West title. And really all LSU has the opportunity to play for here is Jaden Daniels, quarterback Jaden Daniels, and his Heisman Trophy hopes. And his entire hopes, candidacy, chances, whatever, may come down to this game against A&M. He's not necessarily one of the favorites, but he certainly is in the conversation, and rightfully so. LSU's number 14. Obviously, they're not going to get up into the playoff hunt. Again, they're not going to win the West again. And, Aggies are playing for pride, and the Tigers are playing for Daniels and his Heisman hopes. Of course, Brian Kelly, LSU head coach Brian Kelly's all over it, as he should be for his quarterback, pumping up his numbers, pumping up his chances. And, it's not to say Daniels is a long shot necessarily. I don't think he's a long shot. Entering the week, 4,591 total yards. He's 901 yards ahead of Michael Penix at Washington and 924 yards ahead of Bo Nix at Oregon. The other two somewhat favorites, I guess you could call them. Yardage-wise, he's way up there. But that's not what necessarily makes a Heisman Trophy, especially when it's a quarterback. So, and I don't know. I haven't looked, but we've just had quarterbacks winning that award recently, right? Like, back in the day, it was a long shot for a defensive player to win it, but, you'd get running backs for sure that would win it or wide receivers, but it doesn't seem like that's the case much anymore. Seems like it's more of a quarterback trophy these days, but it is what it is. The Aggies, though, coming into it, of course, playing for pride, playing for Elijah Robinson. And this game really, I think, is going to be closer than what a lot of people think. I'm seeing blowout proportions here from some people on a national scale. I don't know so much about that. You've got Jalen Henderson, very, very young, inexperienced quarterback for the Aggies that's going to be out there cutting everything loose. I think Bobby Petrino is going to sort of cut him loose to see really what he can do going forward, see if he's a guy they need to consider going forward and not, do everything they can do to keep him from transferring heading into the offseason here. But other than that, there's just not a lot going on for this game. And I don't know, this is what kind of you hate about this time of year, heading into the end of the season. The talk really is around the hunt for a head coach, not so much the players and the game on the field. And I absolutely hate that. But, this new era of Elijah Robinson, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him being considered for the long-term head coach. I don't know that he's a candidate for that. And I don't know that he should be, really, to be honest with you. But he's certainly done well in the one game they played. And I like his attitude. I love his press conferences. The dude's a gamer for sure. But, one thing LSU can't do is overlook the Aggies here, and Brian Kelly's making sure they don't do that. With all the distractions of what's going on with your opponent, you can't overlook the Aggies at any time. And this game's in Death Valley. It's in Baton Rouge, so it's going to be a tough ask for the Aggies for sure either way, even if they were at 100% with their head coach, with everybody healthy, it would be a tough ask, and especially with the players that will be taking the field for the Aggies on Saturday, it's going to be a tall order to have anything positive come out of this game. One notable situation here, if you guys watch the ACU game, Bobby Petrino, offensive coordinator, moved from the coaching box to the sideline to call the game. It appears that move was prompted by Elijah Robinson, as he wanted Petrino down on the field so he could have some better interaction with Jalen Henderson, the young quarterback, and it seems to have worked. So for the final game of the season, that will be the case again. Petrino will be on the sideline where he can sort of give a little more personal touch to Jalen Henderson in between series. On the LSU side of the field, you've got a couple of wide receivers who are semifinalists for the Bolitnikoff Award, Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas. Those guys have certainly helped the numbers of Jaden Daniels for sure in his Heisman hopes. So that's something the Aggies will have to pay attention to for sure. And what I think the key to this game is going to be for the Aggies, and we saw it against ACU a little bit, and I don't know why he hasn't necessarily been more involved in the offense, but that, of course, is wide receiver Moose Muhammad, who had a huge, huge game against the I get it, against ACU, against Abilene Christian. But for him to show the, to show the effort, to show the ability that he has when he's been asked to do it, I think that's huge for him. It's huge for the Aggies moving forward, and it's something to watch for. So, of course, just 4 catches on the day against ACU, but he had 104 yards and a touchdown. So that's what we're going to be looking for from the Aggies. Petrino needs to get him and Henderson on the same page. Of course, Anaya Smith entering his final game as an Aggie. You want to get him as involved as possible. And it could be a big game for the Aggies. I'm not going to predict a blowout like a lot of people are. Not necessarily going to predict a win either. But I think this game is close, and I think it's close late. And I think maybe LSU pulls away late with a late touchdown, and you're looking at a 34-21 game. Maybe LSU is kind of what I'm looking at. So let me know what you guys think, though, of Aggies versus Tigers as we close the season out here in 2023. And find me on Twitter at IndyCarTim. The network is at FanstreamDSP. Just wherever you can find me on Facebook, or I'd love to have you just leave a comment under the video here on YouTube, here on Fanstream Sports YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you there. So everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy football today. I'm sure everybody's watching Lions and Packers right now. We've got Cowboys and Commanders coming up, and then, of course, Seattle and 49ers later tonight. If you are one that indulges in the NFL game, then enjoy all of that. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your family if you do that. And we will talk to you probably post-game Saturday after LSU to wrap up the season and get into it a little bit then. So until then, boys and girls, I am IndyCar Tim. This is the Aggies Daily Blitz, and we'll see you.